This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. Jason talks like a spaz, and they love to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ show.
Good morning, happy Monday. Welcome to the KVJ show. It's good to see everybody. How was your weekend? Good, exciting stuff, huh?
Oh, yeah.
I got just a little bit of tidbits of your guys' weekends from social media. Jbird, I can see. I don't know if you can. You've got an eye patch on. You lost to Denny's, obviously, on Friday night, and this is the wager you put on it?
Yeah, it was an eye patch, and Denny said he had a real eye patch. So I'm like, okay, I'll agree to that. And then he comes in with this broke down thing, and it is actually hurting my retina. I don't know if I can keep this on. It's not even a real patch.
Well, what is that?
The loser is supposed to wear it for a week.
And talk like a pirate.
Yeah.
It's painful, dog.
Yeah, it's only temporary. I have an eye patch somewhere. I just found it, and I think I relocated it because I just cleaned my room, but I cannot figure out where I put it.
I don't know if I can keep that on. It's going inside my eyeball.
Well, maybe you should have played better.
Yeah.
That I agree with.
I get you.
What was the final score, and what game was it?
Basketball, and he beat me by, I think, 6 or 5.
It's close. Bird started coming around there at the end to beat me.
Gripping.
I swore so much during that game. So sorry.
Yeah?
I had to text Kevin. I go, hey, man, you might get some complaints if kids were watching. I really swore a lot. I couldn't help it. I could not help swearing. It was crazy.
It was fun.
It
we'll
was,
probably
yeah.
do it each Friday, different sports title.
Okay. So Denny's walks away with the basketball championship?
For this week, but baseball's coming up. I know Bird's fancies that a little
Bird,
more.
if you can't beat Denny's in computer baseball, isn't that the game you played the most?
It was. I'm out of season. I haven't played for a good year.
Okay.
So I'm a little rusty. I got to get back on the practice field.
All right, might want to with double eye patches next week.
Does this even look like
It does. I
It
think-
does look like an iPad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like it. It's not good.
It's not good.
It's legit painful, man.
It's like if an eye patch and maybe a broke down Zorro mask had a kid.
Yeah. I'm Snoro.
Okay. Well, that's Jbird's weekend. Virginia, I saw a tweet that you were out with the jog stroller and took a little bit of a tumble, huh?
Oh my, I underestimated this swale. You know what a swale is? Where the grass like dips down. It's like a little ditch.
Okay.
So-
Interesting term.
The grass was kind of high in the swale, so
Okay.
I didn't think it was as deep as it was.
Yeah.
And wow, yeah, me and Rocco went flying.
You did, huh?
He was in the carriage. Luckily, he was all buckled in, so he was fine. He was only upside down momentarily.
Okay, so you just rolled with it?
No, he screamed and cursed at me. What
Okay.
the hell are you doing, Virginia? He calls me Virginia now.
He does.
He does.
Interesting.
He thinks it's funny. He heard his sister do it, and so he thinks it's funny. And yeah,
Okay.
he calls me Virginia now.
So they got the first name basis going on.
It's fine. It's the corona. I don't care.
Okay. Are you going in more of kind of like a healthy quarantine route? Because I know some people, and this is kind of the question is, what are you doing more of? Some are drinking more, some are exercising more, some are doing a little bit of both, some are doing neither.
I'm doing all of the above. I'm drinking more, I'm eating more, and I'm exercising more.
Okay, all right. Well, then maybe it'll all cancel out then.
I don't know. You should have seen how I got down on yesterday.
Yeah?
I wanted to recreate the Waffle House patty melt,
Okay.
and I did.
You did. What is in the patty melt?
Oh my gosh, it's a grilled cheeseburger, basically,
Okay.
with sautéed onions.
Ooh, that
It's
sounds
a
great.
very popular item there.
It's
Yeah.
very popular.
Okay. Well, you got to teach me.
I will.
Sounds amazing.
Teach him to make something he'll never eat.
Well, just teach me what it is. Yeah, you have to
It's
make it for
basically
me.
a grilled cheeseburger,
Yeah, okay.
and it's good.
Oh, that sounds real good.
Usually with the patty melts, I know a lot of restaurants, they make them with that seed bread, that long, what's that long seed?
Fennel.
Oh, gosh.
rye.
I hate that bread. It ruins a sandwich. What a bully ingredient.
Yeah, I like it. I happen to love that seed.
I can remember it was 1984. My mom made a stack of grilled cheeses. I was so pumped, so excited because it looked like a tower of grilled cheese, and they were all made with that fennel bread. Oh man, it ruined it.
Stuck with you're obviously a scarred man today.
I took it hard.
Yeah.
You need to let it go.
I don't know. No, I
Look
hate
at him. I don't think he
Don't
can.
carry this pain,
Yeah.
Bird. Release it and forgive.
Uh-huh.
I just saw myself in the playback here on KVJ TV. I looked like a broke down G.I. Joe character.
Okay.
Isn't that a good reference? No?
I don't know. I never watched that.
All right.
Well, if you want to see what we look like today, you can check it out. Yes, we're another day into this whole quarantine, and you can kind of almost tell. I'm wondering if we took still shots when this whole thing is over, if we could tell how far into the quarantine we were.
I feel like I've aged.
Okay.
And it may be a combo of no Botox and stress.
Yeah.
But looking at my face, I'm definitely aging quick.
And you're not dyeing your hair either, right?
Not dyeing my hair, not getting mani-pedis, not
Yeah.
doing any of the maintenance.
We're all along for that ride, Virginia.
Falling apart over here.
Well,
but if all of us fall apart, we shouldn't be as judgy.
That's right. You can't be.
Yeah, we're all gross.
Yeah.
But we all have to be on the same page, though.
Yeah.
We all have to be gross together.
Yeah. I just can't wait for like another 3 weeks, and you see somebody and they're inexplicably going to be so well put together, like hair, nails, everything. Like, how are they doing that?
Well, if you know how to do all that stuff yourself, and a lot of girls do, I could see how you wouldn't really be fazed by a lot of the beauty upkeep.
I've heard there's some concern with hairdressers and nail techs who are thinking that people might start learning the skills themselves during this quarantine and then be less reliant on them come when we get out, released into the world, and they may see a dip in business.
It's a fair fear.
Huh. So who knows? Might become a little bit more self-reliant through this whole thing.
I feel really jealous of all those natural girls right now.
Oh, I know.
You know, the ones that were gorgeous.
Naturally beautiful.
They didn't have any hair dye. They never hardly wear makeup.
Yeah.
They always had natural nails, and they looked amazing. Like, those girls are rocking the coronavirus. And
I
I
know.
see them on social media. They're like, oh my gosh, spent 30 minutes in the backyard meditating today.
Yeah.
And
What
she
are we
looks
gonna do?
amazing. And
Yeah.
the sun's hitting her just right.
Gosh, yeah. There will be those out there as well. Well, if you want to see and judge how we look right now, check out KVJ TV. Just go to YouTube. A lot of people still just figuring this out. I ran into somebody. It's a friend of ours over the weekend, and I told him, I'm like, hey, come watch. They had no idea that we did the whole KVJ TV thing. I'm like, yeah, absolutely.
Some people still think we've remained fired since Miami. Like, you guys are back on the air? I'm like, yeah, we're back. We're
Yeah.
here.
The guy at CVS a few months ago was like, oh, I just thought you guys went to Miami and then that was it.
No, 6 years in.
Yeah, that's what's amazing.
Been
to
a
me.
while. Obviously, we need to do more marketing.
Obviously,
Yes.
we have not got the word
I was
out.
thinking the same thing.
Just go to YouTube and dial up the KVJ show.
It's the KVJ dirt of the day. It's the KVJ dirt of the day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that dirt of the day.
Well, coming up in just a second in your dirt, Tyler Perry did something really cool over the weekend to help out a bunch of workers at a restaurant that he frequents in Atlanta. Love this. Just love everybody that has a lot of cash stepping up to share it. In case you missed it, it looks like over the weekend, Adam Sandler, Howie Mandel, and Whitney Cummings helped to raise over $350,000 for comics who are currently unemployed because of the coronavirus. Laugh Aid was something they put together, and they held it on Saturday, a 6-hour charity event focused on helping and giving back with this relief fund. So that's awesome of them to do that. It looks like Pink and her son actually tested positive for the coronavirus. She said she and her family were already staying home, and then when they found out they were positive, they stayed home for 2 more weeks. She said they just got tested again a couple of days ago, and now we're testing negative. She also announced she's going to be donating $1 million to the COVID relief funds, to a couple of different hospitals, and to the mayor's emergency fund there in Los Angeles. So that's awesome to step up in that way. And yeah, finally here, Tyler Perry left a $500 tip for each of the 42 out-of-work servers at this restaurant that he loves going to. So that's $21,000 he left as a tip
Good
when
for
he
him.
picked up food that he was already feeding a bunch of people with and being kind there. But on top of that, wanted to give $500 to each of the servers.
Very cool.
And that's what's going on in your dirt of the day.
Wake up with the KVJ Show and get the best variety of the 2000s, 10s, and today all day. 97.9 WRMF.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you got on your mind today, Jbird?
I rented that movie 1917.
Yeah,
That
okay.
war movie.
Yeah, what did you think?
I almost texted you in the middle of it and said, Kev, you got to watch this thing.
I've been excited for it,
Because
yeah.
I know you like war movies, and
Yeah.
the way they filmed it, they got a bunch of accolades for how they did it. It looks like, if you've ever seen Call of Duty or any of those video games,
Yep.
it's that one camera shot that's following.
It's supposed
so
to
cool.
it's supposed to look like it's just like one continuous shot, is what I've heard.
It is so amazing. Whether you like war movies or not, just the
Yeah.
fact that that's how they filmed it was pretty amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, it was way worth it. And then I passed out, fell asleep, and had the worst nightmares that I was in some kind of a war.
Sure, that stuff will stay with you.
My
That'd
gosh.
be terrible.
Did it stay with me? It's a pretty graphic movie, as most war movies are.
Sure.
Highly recommend it for you, Kevin. I think you would love it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited to check that out.
I did some research on it. So the actual war, the whole thing is real, but the actual story that's in it is not real.
It's not. It's kind of
No.
maybe based on some experiences all kind of grouped together into what somebody might have gone through.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Because there are a couple parts you're like, all right, did that really happen?
I just wanted to see the movie to kind of get an understanding of that. There are just some things that have happened in history that, we're sitting here right now in the midst of this coronavirus, and we're probably thinking, oh my gosh, the world has never seen anything like this. This is just crazy. Our lives are turned upside down. There are periods where what we're going through right now is absolutely nothing compared to what some time periods have had to go through. And that time period in particular is just, wow. You had World War I going on. The U.S. didn't get into it until like right towards the end. Europe mainly was dealing with it. But it just was a weird time. And then that Spanish flu, which now because of coronavirus you're hearing so much about, wound up hitting right after that. So you had the World War I of the Great War, 1914 to like 1917, 18, somewhere around there. And then I was reading this, the Spanish flu hits 1918 to 1919. We look at how many Americans have died so far because of coronavirus. Just to put into perspective, 675,000 Americans died with Spanish flu between 18 and 19.
Yeah, I think for a lot of people, it's just in their lifetime. Because I even asked my dad, I go, hey, Dad, has this been the weirdest thing you've ever lived through since you've been alive? He's like, yeah, it's up there. And
Sure.
he's in his, late, earlier, mid, I won't say his age, but yeah, he's up there.
Okay, that's cool. I want to watch that. That's always good. You're always trying to find new stuff to watch. Yeah, I did S-Bombs Creek over the weekend. Final season on that. Found that. That was kind of fun. It's nice. It's not overly hilarious, but it's heartfelt. So that was one thing I checked out. What do you got in your mind today, Virginia?
Well, it's Easter week, and so I just wanted everybody to start thinking about, what they're going to do with their own egg hunts this weekend
Okay.
as we're all quarantined. It's not too late to go right now on Amazon or different websites and get your eggs. And if you can't get your eggs, you can actually make your own little eggs using egg shell that hasn't been completely damaged. It's a Mexican tradition. It's called cascarones. And if you look it up, you're not able to buy the plastic eggs. You can still make cascarones and have those in your yard to still have an egg hunt.
I was thinking about doing an egg hunt for Denny's and his wife, Jen. I like it. I like the idea. I'm going to hide some stuff in their patio.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It gives you something fun to do. And you're staying home. You're staying in your yard.
Still
but
responsible.
my kids get so excited. Even Magnolia, who she's a teenager. She's too cool to get excited about much. But
Sure.
she was very excited when I told her we were still doing an egg hunt.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. That would be coming up.
coming up Sunday. So you've got a few days to plan and prepare.
And if you don't have that stuff, like everything you could order, do you think, for your egg hunts?
Yeah.
And have it delivered?
Yeah, you better get on it quick.
You better get on it quick.
You better get on it real quick.
Things are a little slow, too.
Go, go to Amazon, see what their delivery times are. They're lagging behind a little bit. I know DollarTree.com I've bought stuff off of before.
Okay.
And then, if all else fails, look up cascarones, and you can make your own with egg shells.
Very nice. Okay. Well, I know with the coronavirus, a lot of people are taking up different hobbies and doing different things. I was reading some of the top hobbies that were out there. A lot of people are doing home workouts and things like that. I was really impressed at that many people. Now, they're completely probably lying for this survey, but they're at least telling people that they're at home working out, and that's what they're doing with their time.
I'll keep it honest with you, baby. I've been doing home eat out. Is what I've been doing.
You have?
Yeah.
Okay.
With who?
Oh, no, that sounded terrible. I'm just eating food a lot.
Yes.
I'm eating a bunch of food. Is what I meant.
You just made everybody feel very
I
uncomfortable.
didn't mean to.
The only people or things you've had around are Denny's and Chewy.
It's only Monday, too. It's going to get worse before it gets better. At least on this side of
It's
the
like, what a
table.
revelation this early.
Telling.
I just meant I'm eating a lot.
That's good. Okay. Yeah, they say, though, if you are on a new diet, exercise, regimen, things like that, I thought this was rather interesting because I've spent a better part of my adult life trying different diets and doing different things, trying to do the best I can with what God's given me. And I read this. It says, no matter what fad diet you may be trying out at the moment, within a year's time, its effects will have largely disappeared. Now, it says most diets usually result in roughly the same amount of weight loss and cardiovascular improvements over a period of about 6 months. And then a year later, though, the majority of those benefits will be gone. Another finding from the study was that the difference in benefits between most popular diet programs were small or trivial. So what they're saying basically is the authors say that dieters should simply choose the weight loss plan that they enjoy the most and not worry about different meal plans, jumping from one diet to the next. Find something that might work for you. But it seems like after about 6 months, like you ever get on a diet and boy, things are going great and you're slimming down. And, I kind of like did the keto diet thing. And I was like, yeah, I could tell. I leaned out a little bit.
This is why I'm a big proponent of that blood test that you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And they can tell you specifically what your DNA tells you to eat.
Sure. Yeah.
And everybody's different. Like some people don't do well on keto. Me, I would not do well on keto because my body doesn't metabolize fat as well as yours does.
Yeah.
You have great results on keto. And so it told you to go with keto. Mine told me specifically not to do keto.
Yeah. But whatever diet is you find, basically it's saying, when you get something, just stick with it. That really should be just kind of like the style and the way that you eat because you keep jumping around and you're not going to see long-term effects with anything. It's like just get on something and let it ride.
You're eventually going to have to dump that diet. That'd be a good name for a book. Dump that diet. And it's kind of about your whole theory there.
About what?
Just the diet really it's going to lose your effect eventually, so you might as well just dump it.
Well, they're saying it's effective, like up to 6 months, and then after 6 months, then you're gonna really like a year later, you're not going to see those same kind of benefits.
So maybe,
I think is what it is.
So
yeah,
maybe
plateauing.
just dump that bird, maybe.
Dump that idea.
I'm trying over here, baby.
I know you are. You're down one an eye too, so it's not easy. I hear you, man. Just fight through it.
Spend your early mornings watching the KVJ Show on YouTube. Just search KVJ Show and put our questionable faces up on that flat screen. 97.9 WRMF.
Well, just talking about what we all did out over the weekend. There's a couple people that got adventurous, and we did go out a little bit just to kind of see what's going on. I got very crafty in the backyard, doing a lot of home improvement stuff. Anybody else doing that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I've been working on home improvement for weeks now. I just keep ordering stuff online and having it shipped to the house.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. We had Home Depot. They drove a big old truck right up, had a guy he's a fisher. He had his forklift and came right up and just dropped the pallet of stuff right in our driveway. And
it's probably so turnkey now. They probably got a good system going. They've been doing it so much.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting to just, really think about, okay, when this whole quarantine thing is over, how will your life change? Will there be anything that is different based on what you do? And right now, the Queen and I are really kind of enjoying being home. We're like, oh man, we like staying home. I didn't realize we've always been people that are always running around and doing different stuff.
Yeah, we're the same. I really do like being home with my family.
I think some people are going to forget how to go out, though. And when everything opens back up, you're going to see some people get a little goofy.
It'll be interesting. They actually are doing some stuff on that right now. And we had a survey. It says, if stay-at-home orders were lifted soon, would you be ready to leave your house? So let's say they said, yeah, you know what? You guys can go on out. If you feel up to it, go on ahead. The world is yours. Everything is going to be open up. 70% of people say no. They'd still try to stay at home as much as possible.
Is that because they like being at home or that they're still paranoid about the corona?
I think I don't know. They didn't say specifically, but my guess would be that people are just still concerned about getting it. And so even if things were open and you could go back out and the government wasn't making the decision for you, that 70% of people still would be like, nah, that's okay. I'm going to stay home and chill.
Well, I mean, the Queen talked yesterday. And from what I understand, the Queen doesn't do much talking.
Yeah, that's true. She barely does those, like, public address situations.
Well, she was talking about, I remember the last time I did this. And if they showed a picture from, I swear, it looked like from 1820.
I think it was for the Spanish flu, wasn't it?
It was really old.
She only comes out when we have a pandemic.
She looked like Shirley Temple in the picture. I go, damn.
Yeah, here's now this is not the Mexican Queen, this is the British Queen.
Yes.
Just to clarify. Yes.
Not my favorite queen. I don't know about you guys.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm speaking to you at what I know is an increasingly challenging time.
Well, she doesn't sound like a British Queen.
No.
I want to thank everyone on the NHS frontline, as well as care workers and those carrying out essential roles, who selflessly continue their day-to-day duties. Together we are tackling this disease, and I want to reassure you that if we remain united and resolute, then we will overcome it. We will succeed, and that success will belong to every one of us.
Is she trying to be extra queen with her voice? Because she sounds just like a queen.
I think that's just her.
Let me hear your queen voice.
Please go into your house. Don't come out until all of the coronavirus has been defeated.
You sound more like a Bond villain.
I look like one too.
You do. We'd like to be resolute in this. This is a time and an era where we cannot be cavalier with our actions.
It's decent. You started morphing into a slight Morgan Freeman towards the end.
Okay. Let me hear your British Queen, Virginia.
We must be resolute. Boris Johnson, they got him in a hospital.
Yeah.
I definitely think I did the worst. You're right. I'm too villain.
You are.
I want to see the planet Earth explode.
You got a twinge of sinister.
I do.
And with how you're doing that. They say that 22% of people would just jump right back into their old way of living. They would just, okay, yeah, world's back open. Let's jump back into it.
But I mean,
it's almost 1 out of 4.
Again, they didn't ask me to be a part of this survey. Did they ask you?
No.
You know what I mean? How do we know these numbers are correct?
Yeah, it's a cross section of you have to take a survey for what it is.
We're not buying it.
I've never been asked ever in my life ever to take a survey.
Well, look at you.
My opinion don't count.
I'd be like going, I don't know. That guy's going to throw the sample off.
It's very insulting.
I think there's a reason, yes. I can't leave the house without being asked about a survey. I feel like I'm in every one. The one thing they do find, though, in fact, yesterday I had a little bit of a sticker shock. The Queen and I went out to get some groceries and whatnot. They're going, wow, we spent that much. And they're saying that people are spending 55% more on the average grocery store trip than usual. And I have a feeling that probably a lot of that has to do with you don't know when you're going to get back out again. So to me, that seems pretty standard, not anything that's like, oh, whoa, crazy.
Well, what I do is I'm thinking, all right, do I want to go to Walmart right now? No, I don't want to go to Walmart. So I'm going to order. I'll order from delivery, and then you want to order a couple meals just in case you don't want to go out, because I am starting to run low on food right now.
But you always ordered a couple meals. Let's be honest.
I did, but the corones really have made me order.
Instead of ordering 3 meals, he's now ordering 5.
Well, I don't want to go to. I'm so sick of going to Walmart, Virginia.
I hear ya. I don't want to go nowhere.
Those self-checkouts give me such anxiety. I'm terrible at the self-checkout.
I could see that.
I'm so bad at that. And I swear they super glue their bags together so you can't open them up.
I will tell you, though, there are different places that seem to be getting different marks for how clean they might be. I know when we went to Whole Foods, they had somebody there had a mask on and gloves, and they were handing you a disinfectant wipe. And, you know, you felt like, okay, I feel a little bit better about that.
They're taking the time. They're putting in the effort. At least if it's not, who knows? It could be a wet Kleenex they're handing you. But
Right.
at least you feel like, okay, they're putting in the work.
But I hear other people who are going out saying, do not go to this store. Like, there are just... I see one little offense after another that if you're trying to stay away from coronavirus, it doesn't seem like every store is handling it the same way.
Are you hearing specific things about one store? Is that what you're
Yes,
saying?
I am.
So
I'm hearing
am
a
I.
lot about one specific store that people are just saying. In fact, even on my next door app that sends stuff, somebody says, PSA, I don't recommend going to this store. They aren't wiping anything down. Staff standing around, coming close to you. It's packed. No one's distancing. I'm not going back. Store was filthy. See you later. I'm off to shower.
Is it that?
No.
Really?
They're twin.
They're okay.
Yeah. But I'm not hearing marks about that place, high marks about that place either.
Because what I just showed you is not doing that great of a job either.
Yeah. So it doesn't seem like all of them are handling it the same way.
I think your Whole Foods and your Publix, to me, and what I've seen, appear to be handling it best.
Well-
I don't know who's handling it worse because I'm not going there.
Well, Publix-
If already it was dirty before Corona, you can bet I'm not going.
They are putting up, what I've seen, they're putting up plastic guards up on the cashier thingy. When I went to a store over the weekend and I put my stuff on the actual, it wasn't a Publix, it was a different store. I put my stuff on the little belt thingy where, you know, where they check it out, and she snapped at me. She went, get behind the line. I'm like, sorry.
Yeah, I heard the guy behind me at Restaurant Depot get yelled at because, yeah, there's lines on the floor and you have to stand in your
Wow.
line until it's time to move up. This guy moved up a little bit too quick, and I thought she was going to deck him.
But in my
Really?
defense,
Wow.
though, and then probably in that guy's defense, there was no sign. Nobody. I didn't get a memo about this
Right.
foul line. I have to be behind now.
This dude totally didn't know, and he felt bad. But it's like, okay, I guess you got to yell at people till they get it.
She jumped out at me like I was about to spill coffee on her brand new rug. No!
No one should give you coffee near a new rug.
Ashley had sent in an email for a little bit of input, and she said, my husband wants me to quit my job. We both work for essential businesses, so we still have to go to work, which means our 5-year-old has to go to daycare.
Ooh.
My husband is pushing me to quit and stay home with the kid while he continues to work. My job has a lower risk of exposure, but I make less money. He is higher risk because he works the floor of a factory but makes almost twice as much as me. I've asked to work remotely, but unfortunately they aren't able to. I love my job, but my husband is at a Virginia level ×3. What should I do?
×3?
Yes, ×3.
I think you should listen to your husband and quit.
Yeah, I would.
Because already daycares are a cesspool of infection because children touch and lick and stick their hands in their mouth and they're all over everything. And there's no way I would want to send my kid to a daycare right now because if any of those kids' parents got sick, the kid's going to get it, and then your kid's going to get it, and then he's going to bring it home to you, and it's just not worth it. If your husband makes twice as much and he can figure out a way to budget for the family to make this work, he is giving you good advice.
Kids lead the league in SBs, too. Snot bubbles.
Yeah, I mean, I have a 4-year-old. He's disgusting. They lick everything. I caught him licking the doorknob the other day. I'm like, what are you doing?
When I worked at the baseball camp, so many kids always just had dried snot. Just always. The little kids
Yeah.
had...
Every time you go into a daycare, half the kids have bubbling snot coming out of their nose. You don't know what they've got, but just be on the safe side. If you don't have to put your kid in that environment, don't.
Am I the only one that every time I leave an arcade, I always have a sore throat?
Oh, arcades are gross.
I mean, when you think
Yeah.
about an arcade...
An arcade and a daycare. If you gave me $100,000 right now, you could not pay me to walk in either one of those places.
Well, you just got nothing but... I mean, probably a lot of people not washing their their hands and then just touching everything you're touching.
Yeah, no, I think that a lot of people, even after this, are going to be wired a little bit differently when it comes to germs and being conscious of them. So another thing that might change. But, yeah, it seems like, Ashley, if you can, I mean, unless you got the kind of job where you're trying to save a place and you got a lot of seniority you're going to lose, then, yeah, got to put a price tag on a peace of mind. I guess everybody's got to figure out exactly what it is.
And if one person in the marriage is severely stressed and freaking out, if you don't calm that person's fears, you are responsible for making that person worse. I've got people in my life that I'm watching. One person is not set the same as other people in the family, and the one person is causing the other people to have panic attacks because they're not conducting themselves to the same level that the other family members are and taking precautions. You got to try to take care of each other.
Sure.
Yeah, when someone gets panicked, sing them like a lovely, peaceful folk song. That might help. No? All right, I'll just stop talking. You have the power to turn off my microphone, Kev. Because it's going to be a lot of that
Button
today.
stuck.
I think so is my brain.
Gotta say what up. Happy birthday to Candace Cameron from Full and Fuller House. DJ Tanner's 44 today.
I don't want to brag, but I was peeing in the bathroom where she was one time, and that girl loves the Lord. Oh
Yeah,
my
she
gosh.
does.
She found somebody in the bathroom, and they were talking about Jesus.
Yeah.
When I got in the bathroom, the
Okay.
whole time I peed. When I got out of the bathroom, the whole time I washed my hands. I mean, she was just preaching the Lord.
She was, huh? Okay.
I'd be so impressed if you could
That's
tell
her
her.
church? A bathroom?
I don't think that's her church. I just think that she wants to bear witness wherever she can.
Okay.
And she don't care if it's the bathroom or
Wow,
not.
it's impressive. Yeah, if you witness in the can,
She was.
you're going for it.
She was doing it hard.
Zach Braff, JD on Scrubs, is 45 today. Paul Rudd, the eternally young, handsome actor and Ant-Man, is 51 today. And Billy D. Williams is 83 today.
You pirate!
Yeah, so there you go. Happy birthday to all those celebs. Also got to say happy birthday to Daria. That is from your fiance Francisco. Got a birthday you want to shout out on the KVJ show, you can let us know. Mail at kvjshow.com, mail at kvjshow.com. Okay, hopefully you are ready to think fast. I know that it is a Monday here, but it's time to get the juices flowing. All right. You're going to try to say something you think makes sense. Jbird also is trying to keep a streak going. He's got a big little run going on, the No Name movie game he picked up on Friday, and he's got his Think Fast cap on right now.
Yeah.
Dang.
You want this, Vicious V? You want this witchy woman?
No, you can keep it.
Yeah,
No, I do want it. It's all about the little wins these days.
that's true.
But my
It is.
brain is like so fried. It's just, I'm not functioning well.
Okay. Hear that, Bird?
There's that pep talk for you.
Already laying up.
I'm a little frazzled on the edges.
Okay. Okay. How about this? Think fast. It's a suit you wouldn't wear to a wedding that starts with the letter H.
Armor. Oh, H.
Hawaiian!
Hawaiian suit?
Hibachi! Hawaiian!
Hibachi.
Hibachi suit? It's very topical right now with today's coronavirus.
Hazmat.
Okay.
Oh,
V.
that's good.
Hawaiian suit?
I would love to see a Hawaiian
They can
suit.
make them.
They do?
Yeah, all classic rock DJs wear them.
They wear Hawaiian shirts.
That's a Hawaiian suit.
It is a suit? Okay, then Jbird gets the point.
That's fine.
No. Take it.
All right, next up, a large animal that starts with a W.
Walrus.
I think Virginia got that. You think suits?
You say wombat? I think they're tiny.
You're going to go, okay.
Stop yelling at me, Dennis.
Yeah.
Walrus is a larger.
I don't know if I've ever seen a wombat.
I don't think we got them over here.
Yeah, we're not accepting wombat.
That's totally fine. You shouldn't accept. Don't accept my first answer either. I don't want credit for that.
No. Hawaiian suit.
I don't want it.
All right, think fast. Something most kids like to do in high school that starts with the letter P.
Pot.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Denny's.
If it was a D, I was going to say drugs. You know how you kind of get a vision of what letter you think it's going to be?
I like how Virginia says, I don't know if I have it today, and then look at her over here.
Oh, fire.
Dang.
I guess I got it. I don't know.
Some kids in high school also like prom. You know?
Oh, prom.
Yeah. Okay.
No one thought that one.
Yeah, I know.
Prom's canceled, Kevin.
Yeah.
Stop rubbing it in.
Okay. All right. How about this? Think fast. It's something you can see in every country in the world that starts with the letter C.
Coronavirus.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Virginia. Yeah. Very nice.
Cookies.
Cookies. Yeah, maybe.
Definitely more fun.
Yeah.
I wish we had cookies and not the coronas.
Very nice, Virginia. You just came right in. You just whooped up on everybody.
He did.
I mean, my gosh.
Yeah.
Do you want disinfectant wipes?
Kind of.
Yeah, I don't know where that hat's been around, man.
A lot of people are asking why Jbird is wearing an eye patch. He lost to Denny's on Friday, NBA 2K. And so you're going to be wearing an eye patch all week long?
Yeah, it's not a real eye patch, so I think this cloth is infecting my eye.
Yeah, you got to move it so that it's not on your good eye. Because
Yeah, I know.
it's hitting both eyes, which I don't think it's supposed to do.
No, it's a terrible made patch.
Well, no, I spent a good 3.5 minutes making that this morning. I actually have an eye patch that I just found. I just cleaned my room, and I can't figure out where I put it. So when I went casually to go grab it for Bird for this punishment, I couldn't find it. So in a desperate attempt, I found some fabric, and I made him one.
Very KVJ of you.
And
It's broke down.
well, we had to fulfill the punishment. I mean, Virginia, we had 17 people watching on Friday. we can't disappoint the tens of people
At
who
least
watch.
14 are holding you to it.
At least 5 of them are family members or work on the show.
And we thank them for the views.
So Portia's just trying to figure out how to deal with her ex. She's not very happy because he's not taking the social distancing very seriously. Basically thinks it's kind of a conspiracy, I think, for the most part. And he continues to have their kids around other people. Like he had a barbecue the other day with like 10 people there. And when the kids come to see her, she has got a father she lives with that has got pre-existing conditions. She's worried about the kids picking up some at the party and then bringing it home. But at the same time, she's like, okay, so what? I can't see my kids during this whole thing because he doesn't take it seriously? I'm sure in some of the custody issues, if you're not on the same page and you got a situation like Portia, you're like probably losing your mind what to do. Some of the comments that came in here, somebody texted and said, barbecue is outside. You can practice social distancing, but Walmart has every walk of life coming in close proximity. And it is kind of weird what's going on right now.
It is.
Because there are some things, and somebody had said earlier, too, it's like this is just kind of crazy. Yeah, it's okay to go to Publix and have 500 people in the store, and yet I can't go sit on my boat and fish. That doesn't make any sense to me. You're right. It really doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make. I mean, if you're on a boat by yourself, it doesn't.
Right, but the problem was people would abuse that, and so they had to shut everybody down because they were basically having spring break on the sandbar.
Yeah.
And then so the good people get punished for the bad people when it comes to boating.
By the way, I have heard my daughter was saying, she's like, yeah, there are a ton of boats still on Lake Boca. And so I think pretty much what they're doing, I think they had that guideline, and if they do see a spring break type atmosphere, they can do something about it. I think they were pulling over some boats, but hopefully they would just allow people, if it's like one person just out leisurely on their boat, that they wouldn't hassle them.
I still saw massive crowds of people together this weekend. I mean, it looked like
on boats,
just out.
Oh yeah,
just out in general.
Yeah, no, there's still a lot of people out, and you can be out. That's not something that you have to stay inside your homes.
No, but it was large groups out.
Yeah,
it just
people are still congregating. Somebody texted in and said, it's true about kids being out. I saw about 20 kids at Costco this weekend. One girl who was about 8 was wearing gloves, no mask, and had her hands in her mouth.
Oh, my God.
Hands in her mouth. That's the alarming part.
I mean, you're a triple threat.
Somebody was asking, why can't Portia just disinfect the kid and his clothes before he comes in the house like Virginia's sister does? But I think the issue with that is just that the kids will have the infection inside their bodies. And that's what you can't get rid of. And they're carriers now for the disease, and it comes home to grandpa.
The weird thing, one of the weird things I think about this whole thing is just how different everybody is. Even in my own personal life with just family members, some are set at a Virginia level, some are set at a Kevin Ralston level, some are set at...
Everybody's different, yeah.
It's so weird because some people want to come up and hug you, and some people want to curse you for hugging. It's odd.
It is a weird thing going on right now.
If y'all see me anywhere, don't come up to me to talk to me. Don't come up to me to hug me because I will be pissed.
That's what I mean. I have her in my head at that level, and then I've got other people in my family. It's not that big of, you know what I mean? So it's weird. Mm-hmm. it's an odd.
Somebody else texted and said the courts are rescheduling everything to mid-May, so it'd be a waste of time to even try to get the courts to deal with it. So, gosh, what if you would have one of these kind of issues and you're like going, I need some remedy like right now.
But at least if they're going to be eventually doing it and you have proof on your side that you felt that he was acting irresponsible.
Yeah.
When you finally do get your day in court, you can say, hey, here's why I did what I did. I was only trying to protect my child. And as long as you keep your wits about you and you remain calm and logical, I think you can fight this and win.
Could your wits being like, I don't trust the kids with you, and you're exposing them to possible coronavirus, and I can't bring them home, and since you've made that choice, the kids stay with me, and they're not coming over to your place.
I would absolutely be doing that if I was in their situation. If I had an ex that was throwing barbecue parties and inviting a bunch of randoms over, I'm sorry. I'm keeping the kid, and I'm happy to explain to the judge how this all went down.
We got Krista Barth on here. We've had her on the show before. She's a local divorce attorney, and girl knows her stuff.
I love it.
She is on it. So I know a lot of people have some of these kind of questions. So if there's one thing that you're dealing with right now with an ex, kind of like Portia is, I figured it'd be best to go to somebody who is an expert. Krista, would that be something that Portia could do? Could she just keep her kids and say, you're not going over to her ex-husband's because he continues to have barbecues with 10 people and she's got a dad at home that has a pre-existing condition? Is that something she could get away with? Would that be your recommendation?
Wow, that's a rough question to ask me if she can get away with that, because I agree with Virginia. I would answer this more as a mom and someone who's trying to protect my father from, the kids are vectors of this disease right now. So you have a couple of options. I sort of agree with Virginia. One of the most important things is to keep records, be very calm. If you explain this to the husband or soon-to-be ex-husband, I don't know where they are in the...
It's a full-out ex, and they're sharing custody right now.
Okay, well, you have to figure a couple things. First, they obviously don't have great communication, and they probably wouldn't be divorced in the first instance. Mm-hmm. And they're not working together. So maybe appealing to him, saying this is the child's grandfather. If something were to happen to him, clearly that's not in the best interest of the children to have them view something so traumatic as the death of their grandparents in the house that they live in. Obviously, the kids are very close if they're living with the grandparents. Mm-hmm. I think you have to keep meticulous records, make an effort to say, hey, this is why this is really important. You have a couple of options. Some of them you may not like. One is let him keep the child for a little bit of time. Remember, that's going to include doing all the homeschooling and all the really heavy lifting right now.
Yeah.
Can focus on taking care of grandpa and say, if you're not going to practice social distancing, then you're going to have to keep the kids for a couple of weeks until I can get through this because you've created this problem for us. Mm-hmm. You can teach the child the social distancing. I don't know how old this child is.
Yeah, my question on this, Krista, is kind of like what you're saying. Would Portia be able to just keep the kids and say, look, they have to stay one place or the others, and I don't trust you with the virtual schooling that they need to do? And if she did that, would she expect police to show up at her door to try to forcibly remove her kids to take them to her ex-husband's for visitation?
Police are not going to show up. They're not going to show up. First of all, my God, right now the police have way more on their hands than stuff like this. It's a civil matter. Mm-hmm. If they show up and these people have a parenting plan, the worst thing that's going to happen is he files a motion for contempt. Contempt is willful noncompliance with the court order. You did it on purpose. You knew you shouldn't have done it. These are extraordinary circumstances. This is unprecedented. We have never seen anything like this. And this is life or death of another human being, and the father thinks this is some conspiracy theory.
Mm-hmm.
If it were me, I'm with Virginia, and I'm not giving legal advice to someone I do not know or don't represent, but I am right with Virginia. I would say, listen, this kid is staying here, and let the chips fall where they may. And if down the line what they could get in trouble, they could have, some make-up time sharing with dad, I would head it off at the pass. I would write a letter to him, write an email, and say, listen, here's what's going on. I will give you make-up time sharing down the road.
Yeah.
If you choose to continue to take little Johnny out on these excursions that expose him, expose this family, expose me. The other option you have, remember this, what they're saying, you should assume this child has COVID. You should assume this child is a carrier, and you should assume anybody that's been out has been contaminated, and treat your household that way. So the best and safest to do is to sort of, the kid has it. Because even if she brings the kid home, for 14 days, that child has to be away from
and I think
grandpa.
that'd be the issue. If you had a kid, you'd be like, okay, they went over to my ex-husband's, he had a barbecue, and now my kids can't come home for 2 weeks.
And document everything in an email. Don't have phone conversations with your ex that you guys get heated and start fighting. Put everything in an email. Keep those emails. You be calm, cool, collected.
Mm-hmm.
I love the offer of saying, hey, we'll give you more time on the back end after all this. That's a great idea. If you appear calm, cool, collected, rational, and just trying to be safe, I think most judges would see that.
Mm-hmm. Krista Barth, divorce attorney's on here. My question for you, Krista, could you make up that time with just electronic FaceTime, do a voice chat, and say, hey, that's good, you get to spend time with them that way?
I would say that ultimately down the road, I like what we were talking about, which is we're going to give you make-up physical time sharing, but absolutely in this time, you can certainly connect every day with dad and say, and I would put that as part of the email. That's a great idea. Remember this, what you get in trouble for is when you're not encouraging the relationship between the child and the other parent.
Okay.
This is a very different issue. This is like, I'm going to do everything that I can to facilitate you still having this relationship while still keeping my dad alive and not having him die in front of our child.
Right. Good point. Krista, thank you so much for your time. It's always nice to have a voice of authority on the show. Doesn't happen often.
Sounds so smart.
Yeah.
You are smart, Virginia.
You are smart.
All right.
You can do this. You can do this. I don't know why you would ever want to, but because right now, what the best advice is for people to stop acting like not kindly to each other on any level. These are your children, and how you proceed through this is how they will remember this really traumatic time. If this is hard for mom and dad, think about how scary this is for your kids, and stop acting in a way that doesn't benefit the whole family.
One more question for you, Chris. Have you seen a spike in calls with the quarantines going on and as being a divorce attorney?
That's hilarious. So everybody tells me that I'm the only one that will have job security through all of this.
All right.
Which I find so incredibly sad.
Yes.
Because I think I'm hopeful that after your husband and wife drives you crazy, maybe it'll circle back to people really understanding what matters. And I'm thinking that the marriages that make it are going to be stronger, and ones where they thought they might throw it all out.
Yeah.
About giving it some extra time. But yes, unfortunately, in my business, there's a joke. They say criminal lawyers see bad people at their best, and I see great people at their worst.
Right.
And this is all so traumatic for everybody. It's so hard.
True.
So yes, unfortunately, sadly, I've been seeing my phone. I have not stepped away from my desk.
Wow.
Okay. Well, Krista, thank you for taking a little bit of time to help us out here today. We appreciate it.
Of course. Everybody be safe and well.
Okay.
Be on the other side.
Okay. Take care. Bye-bye. A couple other column outs here today. And this is a good one, too. It says, please sanitize your mailbox and please do not meet us at the mailbox or the door. We come into contact with 500 to 1,000 people plus mailboxes a day. We want to keep our community safe as well as ourselves. So that is for mail carriers out there, little shot to you. Also, somebody doing a column out saying that Publix needs to start limiting the number of people coming into the grocery store. They come in by the dozen. Nobody's following social distancing in there.
Well, it's not just Publix. It's anywhere you go. It's anywhere you go.
Public.
It's public.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still a bunch of people out there.
Yep. Also, a column out here. Somebody said if an employee at a government building handling the public's money has been tested positive for the virus, can the employer be responsible to inform the public? I think they seem to be doing a pretty good job, at least when I'm hearing of somebody that comes down with coronavirus, whether it be in law enforcement, someplace else. I'm starting to hear about it, I think. I mean, I've heard of grocery stores that have been announcing it. So, I don't know. That's a great question. But any other column outs you got for us, you can get them through 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. Well, we got a lot of good, positive column outs here today going on with the coronavirus. Got some emails here. In fact, want to give a big old shout out. This is a nice little story that was done, too, about Treasure Coast nurses heading to New York City to help with the crisis there.
I saw this yesterday.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Really cool that they're doing that.
We really, really appreciate it. Did you get their names?
It's in the story, and I just have the link in front of me. So, yeah, unfortunately, they didn't put any of the names in the email. Wish they did. Also, got to say, specific name for Christian. Your girlfriend Casey sent an email. This is a shout-out to Palm Beach County firefighters. Christian is positive and passionate about taking care of the community. Also, Jennifer wanted to give a shout-out to her husband, who is a firefighter paramedic from Green Acres. He's at the Green Acres Fire Station, and she wanted to send a special shout-out and thank you to our favorite local diner, Pete's Place. Pete and Kathy, the owners, have gone over and beyond to help the community along with delivering food to our station. That place is fantastic. They got a really good, healthy menu, too.
Love it.
This there at Pete's Place. Go check that out. They have great breakfast there. Also, Crystal Wood Aguito, a food blogger and founder of Eat Palm Beach, is helping Palm Beach restaurants struggling to stay in business. Her goal is to provide food to our nurses, doctors, and first responders in the area, as well as families in need. We have that on the KVJ Cares page. If you'd like to go to the GoFundMe and give to that, you can. Also, a positive shout out to 21st Century Oncology. My husband, Bobby, is almost halfway through his 8 weeks of treatment. They're awesome. Dr. Das is all the staff. They're kind and nice. And Dr. Harmon, thank you very much. That's from Janet. So, some positive stuff there. You got anything, you can send it to us, mail@kvjshow.com.
It's time for viral audio.
So hide your kids, hide your wife.
Double rainbow all the way across the sky.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Dr. Drew Pinsky has been like, a lot of these people have been like, oh, okay. Don't think coronavirus is anything. And then all of a sudden they're like, ooh, okay. All right.
He was calling out people who were saying it was serious. I mean, he dug his heels in. We have the clip of him before digging his heels in, and then you have the apology after.
Let's hear the big dummy.
Okay.
It's way less virulent than the flu, so it's a reminder that you're more likely to die of influenza, so go ahead and get your flu shots. Mild, doesn't hurt anybody. That should be the headline. Way less serious than influenza. That's the headline. Less dangerous than influenza. Your probability of dying of coronavirus, much higher being hit by an asteroid, I would say.
The flu virus in this country is vastly more consequential, and nobody is talking about
this corona thing doesn't worry me
at
all.
It is a press-induced panic. I am angry about it. It is the flu. If you're under 65 and you get it, you're going to have the flu, and you're going to be fine.
Oh my
It's going to be just like the flu. It's going to be almost identical. I can see it coming.
It's Corona-19, which means there's at least been 18 of these other ones.
Oh, yeah. Should the Olympics be canceled? That's funny.
De Blasio told them not to ride the trains, and so they're not riding the trains. So I am. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Okay.
I mean,
just ridiculous.
He must have went on 30 shows.
He was doing the work, talking about how the coronavirus wasn't going to be that bad. And now he's got to do the work, talking about how, I'm sorry, I spread misinformation.
Did you hear the one clip, which is so funny, as he's talking about how it's not a big deal, you hear the person who's interviewing cough like right into the microphone.
So now the retraction.
My early comments about equating coronavirus with influenza were wrong. They were incorrect. I was part of a chorus that was saying that, and we were wrong. And I want to apologize for that. I wish I got it right, but I got it wrong. What I did not get wrong was every time I took a position, I always said, make sure you listen to Dr. Fauci, because he is the person we must look to. I want to be clear that I apologize for getting it wrong. I wish I got it right.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Backtrack.
And now you have no credibility ever again.
Did you hear when they said, shut down the Olympics? Scoff.
It's not going to shut down the Olympics. This just in. It shut down the Olympics.
Well, I guess when you're that wrong, you have to make an apology, right?
You have to. And then you have to just sit down and stop talking.
Yeah, I guess Dr. Drew, we got to just he's one of the people then we just can't listen to, huh?
Well, he's proven that he's just a nimwit. So, no, I'm done with you.
That's it, huh?
I'm done.
What about we all make mistakes, Virginia?
He's a doctor. I expect more out of you.
Okay. So Dr. Fauci is the guy. He really, think of the power that guy has right now. He's like the dude, if he throws out a recommendation, he's the one that everybody's listening to. He's like the king of credibility right now.
So was he popular before all of this? Did people know who he was?
I did.
No, not like this.
He's obviously high ranking in the world.
And I think he's been there through many administrations. He talked about working with Bush and Bush the dad. He talked about working with Obama. He talked about working with Clinton. Like I've listened to beautiful interviews with him talk about all of his experience in the White House, and I don't think he's ever been famous.
I just like how the reporters, of course, they have to ask stupid questions. Hey, what do you think about having a bobblehead? He's like, I don't want nothing to do with it.
Somebody needs to whack that reporter. Shut up.
But I saw in an article, I think it was back in January, he really didn't think that the coronavirus was going to be much any himself. He's like, So I think even he back in January was like, it's not going to be a big deal.
And I keep on, because I gave my number out on the air, and I'm not trying to say that the texts coming in aren't credible, but I've had like 10 people say, is this a true story? Did a tiger test positive for corona, or is that because the Tiger King is
it's
so
more
popular?
marketing and publicity.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's not a real thing?
No. I was a joke. No, it is a real thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a story. Yeah, a tiger at the Bronx Zoo named Nadia has tested positive for the new coronavirus.
Okay, so people are not messing with me.
Yeah, how a tiger can get a test and a lot of us can't, I don't know. Like, what was the...
And during the height
of... Did the tiger have a dry cough?
During the height of Tiger King...
I know, right?
It's a little...
Just when they're announcing they're going to put out another episode?
Yes.
Yeah.
All over Virginia.
How do you make tigers scarier?
Give them the corones.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. And have them go around coughing on people. So there you go. Let me see other stuff that is going on. The Surgeon General talking about what is going on and what we can expect coming up.
It's tragically fitting that we're talking at the beginning of Holy Week, because this is going to be the hardest and the saddest week of most Americans' lives, quite frankly. This is going to be our Pearl Harbor moment, our 9/11 moment, only it's not going to be localized. It's going to be happening all over the country, and I want America to understand that.
Wow, how do you make Mondays worse? I mean, come on. Wow. Okay, time for another round of Stump the Bird.
Oh, yeah.
Virtual learning is still going on here and will be for the very near future, at least. A lot of people are in the speculation of my house is, will the kids even get back this year? Or is this pretty much what you're looking at for the end of the school year?
I don't think they're going to go back this year.
I don't have any answers. I'm wearing a makeshift pirate patch.
It's true. Yeah. Well, what we do is Jbird is continuing his education as well. We're looking for kids 6th grade and under. What are you learning in virtual school? Send us one of the questions that you're dealing with, and we'll ask Jbird here. And if he cannot get the answer correct, we will shock him. That is Stump the Bird here on the KVJ show.
Few people said on, I believe it was Friday, you helped me with one of the questions. I didn't really ever hear any help from you. I think it was the one about the courts.
Yes, I.
How did you help me?
Because I told you it was like a conversion of leaders to courts or something along those lines, and I gave you what the
rigging again.
Well, I don't even think I was paying attention to you.
Yeah, that's a good defense. Be like, I never listen to anything he says.
Well, I do, baby. I was trying to think and work it out loud. People are texting me. Kevin's giving me the answers. Y'all need to step off.
I'm not surprised that the two of you are rigging games.
That's what we do, Virginia.
You're right, man.
Stick with what you know.
I text Kevin right after the show. Hey, man, help me win.
Yes. Okay, here we go. 3 questions. The first question, Lorraine sent in her son Isaiah, who is 12 at Palm Beach Maritime Academy, has got a question here. Okay, it's 2 plus 2 divided by 2.
All right, say this again. Sorry, I was as you were saying that.
As I was saying,
I was reading.
You were not listening to me.
You were reading a heckling comment?
Yeah, I was reading how people were saying how I cheated last week.
You can't read the comments. Focus on the question.
You're right.
Focus.
I'm shutting down the chat room. I'm out. All right, what's the question, Coach?
Okay.
Sorry.
What is 2 plus 2 divided by 2?
2 plus 2, 4 divided by 2. Is this a trick thing where you have to do division first, and then you have to... well, hold on, baby. Let's do this again.
Okay,
2
I'll
plus 2
just put it right into my calculator here. 2 plus 2
divided by 2.
Okay.
Is that what you said?
Plus... Yeah, hold on real quick. Okay. 2 plus 2. Yes.
Divided by 2?
Divided by 2.
2 plus 2. Oh, baby. Okay. 2 plus 2 is 4 divided by 2. It should be 2. Wait.
Yeah.
It should be 2.
I got 2, but don't look at me.
But
I'm so bad at math.
There's that thing, though, when you have multiple things, like you have to do one thing first. You have to... Oh, I think my brain just broke. I was trying to explain something I don't know about.
Yeah, 2 plus 2 is 4 divided by 2 is... Yeah. Okay.
And people are saying it's wrong, right?
2 plus... I think my... calculator is broken. Okay.
What's it saying?
Okay, this is blowing my mind. I'm just typing into my calculator. Let me see if I can get this here. Just like the problem is written. 2 plus 2 divided by 2. 2 plus 2 divided by 2 equals 3.
I think you're doing it wrong on your calculator.
Wait, what?
So
2 plus
I have
2.
You have to go 2 plus 2 and get
equals, 4. Right? 2 plus 2 equals 4, and then divide that by 2.
Yeah.
It's 2.
Yeah.
It's 2.
I feel safe about saying that it's 2.
Chat room,
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to be reading you, but am I right?
Yeah.
Am I close?
I feel safe in saying that. I think they're just trying to throw out something totally easy and saying if he gets that, then he deserved to be shocked and punched.
But isn't it that kind where you've got multiplication, you've got subtraction, all in that one equation, and you're supposed to do one first? There's a rule.
It could be. I don't know any of the math rules. I didn't do any math. I did everything I could from 7th grade on to stay away from any kind of math.
Oh, man. They're saying it is 3. You have to use parentheses.
What?
See, this is why I hate
There's
math.
parentheses?
This is why I hate math too.
So this is a trick question. I was like going, why would they give us one that easy?
So I think we have to shock
Hold on,
him.
Denny's. Am I
Denny's,
wrong?
do we have to shock him?
What is going on with this question?
Yeah, I looked it up, and you are right. I guess when you have a problem like this with multiple things, it usually goes multiplication, divisions, addition, subtraction. So you would do the divide first. So the answer would be 3.
Uh-oh.
I knew
It's
it.
3. You have to follow.
You got to follow the rules.
PEMDAs.
Who the hell is PEMDA?
You have to divide 2 by 2 first. The rules
so
PEMDAs
sorry.
failure of operations.
Oh gosh, the people who are smart in the chat room. Oh gosh.
Always multiplication and division first.
It's a tricky one.
This one's for you, smart people in the chat room. 3, 2, 1, bringing the pain.
Oh, it didn't happen.
no!
Gosh, I hate
Oh,
this.
no!
Oh, Denny's. Oh, sweet Denny's.
I just tested it.
Oh my gosh!
There's a little wake up for you.
It's like behind your knee in that soft skin area.
Oh gosh. I feel like I'm giving birth over here.
Who knew? The answer wasn't 2.
Wow.
Guys, I'm over here riding high, and that was a long way of wrong. That was 10 minutes of us being wrong.
Wow. I do not even remember that PEMDAS. That I feel like I've learned that just for the first time in my life. I don't know if I've ever heard that, and I don't know why. I don't think we add very well in Logan,
Can you give me
Ohio.
something easy like what's the capital of Utah? Although, do I even know that?
Do you know that?
How about this? This is actually from Michael at Riverglades Elementary School. It's about the same thing. What is the capital of New York?
Albany. With confidence. Wait, hold on. No, it's not with confidence. You're laughing. Albany, New York. That's the capital, right? I've never even been. All right. Yes, Albany.
That is correct.
Oh,
there you go.
Look at you.
Okay, very nice.
It's
Maybe,
nice.
can we just not do math?
They know
It's tough for us, yeah.
They know how to get me. That's.
As soon as they put a math question in there, he's guaranteed to get shot.
And can we also not do science? And maybe let's not do history.
Chemistry, biology.
Oh, they're not teaching kids chemistry, are they?
English, you're going to blow that for sure.
All right. I'm beating up myself over here. I don't need your help.
Okay, here we go. Final question here. Stump the Bird. This one is from William. He said, hey, my question is, what is used to classify organelles? What is used to classify organelles? Okay. What do you think?
Basically, it's a genosystem.
Okay.
And you want to probably crossbreed with certain animals that have a DNA that can also be...
Sure. Well, what's the answer?
Genolonopus.
Genolopus?
The only Geno's you know is Geno's Pizza.
I do know Geno's. I have
What
no
was it
idea.
again?
I don't even know what...
Gina Lopez?
Gina Lopez is my final...
Gina Lopez.
Gina Lopez is my final answer. Am I
She's a
close?
great actress. It is...
What subject is that?
It'd be like a biology type question
All
here.
right. Yeah, Gina Lewis.
Gina Lewis? Is that Of course, that's not correct.
Of course it's not.
It's a cell structure.
Oh, yes.
What is used to classify organelles? A cell structure.
The funny thing about cells is that unicellular organisms, like an amoeba or a protista,
Yes. We've
or a
heard that before.
euglena, they are very important to all factoids of science.
What?
Can you just shock me?
I'm trying. I was
it's
trying
not
to shock you the whole time.
It's not working.
The whole time you were spewing, I was shocking you. And
Denny's.
Oh,
man.
broke it again.
This is...
And we're so dumb we can't fix our shocker.
Somebody in the chat room go, these people are essential? Question mark. Talking about
It's a strong argument.
It's a really strong
It is a
argument.
really strong argument. You're right.
We see your point.
Can we just get this over with? Oh, my God.
Denny's has the magic touch.
Sweet. Neo, it's your brother here.
I wonder if it just needs to be a little closer. I think we've had it for a minute. It's taking a little beating.
Okay, I have to get closer to
It's
you.
taking a little beating.
We can't social distance and shock you.
Well, you know, when you're home and maybe you're a little bit stressed out and you got ample amounts of food around you, you just might go a little bit crazy. This would be what, weekend 3 of possible binge eating? If we got to do this for another 3, 4, 5 weeks, man, we got to get it under control. At least come up with a system. I don't know what it was last week. We did a little in-home grilling. We got that indoor grill, and my father-in-law brought hot dogs over. I never eat hot dogs. You know those beef franks?
Yeah?
I had one just to try it. Oh, my gosh, it's so good, Virginia. I wound up eating 6.
I love hot dogs.
Oh, and then I did not feel great.
I've been over here loving hot dogs for a long time.
Wow.
I don't know. I'm scarred from some hot dog moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I went back to the well. I've got some bad hot dog moments, too.
Raw onion and relish together might be the best thing to put on a hot dog. That's just heaven.
If you eat that before a show, I'm calling and I'm taking that day off. There's no way I'm sharing a studio with you.
So have you done any food binges over the weekend? Who ate the most over the weekend, would you say? Did you have a good run at it? This weekend I was a little bit better, but I do know when we went to the store, I grabbed a ton of snacks. And I'm always like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know, we're going to get back out again. you got to make sure you get that stuff.
I agree. If you're taking the time to go out and shop, which you should be limiting, when you're there,
right, make
don't
it count.
Be stingy. Make it count. Grab a bunch of stuff so that you don't have to keep going back out.
I did that, so I feel cozy. I'm loaded up with stuff.
Good.
Did you do any?
Don't eat it all at once.
I know, that's the thing is now.
You got to ration yourself.
Ration it out. Need to hide it. What do you do, Jbird? You just plowing through your stuff?
As of this Monday morning, I'm a little low on food, but if you're asking me what I did over the weekend, I mean, I got a little nasty.
Yeah? What would you say? Impress me.
I had a lot of ice cream over the weekend. I got this brownie ice cream that I can't stop eating it.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of on that apple turnover run. Kind of going through that. Publix makes great apple turnovers. And the dangerous part about the turnovers is they go down quick.
You just keep popping them.
Well, you can eat 4 of them, and you are like, okay, that's my
You're
appetite.
just warming up.
Yes. So it's dangerous. But, yeah, I haven't been doing great with my diet, if we want to be honest.
Well, I don't think you have the wedding worries now. So, I mean,
I don't.
Who even needs to rebuild the bird? Business as usual, right?
I am drinking water today.
You are?
That Mountain Dew's from 2 days ago.
Oh, okay.
I swear.
People were wondering.
I know. It's from 2 days ago.
Okay.
I'm trying.
It looks very suspicious because, the Mountain Dew is definitely still in arm's reach, Kevin.
Got to try to get on that treadmill today.
Oh, you are? What are you going to do on the treadmill?
Getting on the tread, dropping the bread, Virginia.
Okay.
Well, just mix it up, as they say.
Yeah, a lot of people were doing some picking out this weekend. Yeah, you get the grill going on. Somebody said, my wife bought me a griller smoker combo. I had steak, hot dogs, hamburgers, pizza, potatoes in all about a 3-hour span.
Okay.
It's pretty impressive. Okay. Nice little work. Yeah, that's the thing about grilling is if you have extra meat that's kind of laying there, sometimes they're going, I don't want it to dry out.
It's better to grill it all and then make yourself a meal for the week, too.
Yes, we just had it sitting on the grill. Nobody's putting it away, so I just kept eating it.
You know what I made last night? I made a quesadilla, and I used olive oil, virgin olive oil, as instead of butter, and it gave it a nice crisp to it.
Nice.
You didn't check out my video on Instagram?
I did not.
Yeah, it's not that good of a video. I sound like I'm losing my mind.
You can't sound any crazier than me. I was making patty melts, and I was making the bread talk. So, I've freaking lost
Everybody's, I think, doing weird stuff.
Well, I was making the bread talk to the cheese. It was just ridiculous.
Well, you got people you can talk to. I'm in there, and I'm just talking to Chewy, and it does. After a while, if you are quarantined by yourself, you do start to get a little goofy. You start to think weird things. You start to say weird things, and hopefully, you're not videotaping it like I am.
No judgment, bruh.
Victor said he did that uncut pizza trick I was telling you about on Friday where you order a pizza, but you tell them not to cut it because when you do, the oil and the sauce starts seeping down the sides, making it soggier. It's crisper and it'll be more fresh when you get it. He said the pizza tasted a lot better if you get it uncut. That's true.
Damn it. I ordered pizza and I didn't do that.
We talked about it.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I got to do it again today.
Yeah.
Diet starts on Tuesday.
Oh, well, got to order 6 pies.
I got to figure it out.
Somebody texted in and said, yes, this weekend I ate 7 times and I took 9 naps and it was still daylight.
I know. That was me yesterday. I just ate and laid and then ate some more and then laid some more.
There was one point I could have swore it was 3 p.m. I looked down on my clock. It was 10:30 in the morning. I'm confused.
It's so weird. So many people are off. In fact, there's some TV stations now that are letting people know exactly what day it is because people are like, wait, if you're working from home, they're going, I don't even know where it is. It's 3 weeks in.
We go to work. We actually come to work.
Yeah.
And I could not figure out what day Thursday was last week.
Yeah.
Like, is it Friday? It's Friday.
It's all kind of bleeding together. It's crazy stuff.
There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Well, again, more Corona chaos going on. Your whacked out news here today. Leon County in the Florida Panhandle sent out a social distancing reminder telling people to keep at least 1 large alligator's worth of space between them. That's apparently how they talk in the Panhandle.
It's a cute poster that they put out there, too, of a gator and a
Okay.
drawing of a gator in between a drawing of two people. It's very cute and very necessary.
Well played, Leon County. Again, other idiots barging into grocery stores and causing a problem. This one happened in Kingston, Massachusetts. A group of shoppers actually tackled a guy and pinned him to the ground. He was in there coughing and spitting on produce.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, the guy was told not to return to the store, faced trespassing charges.
That's it?
Yeah.
He then was taken to a hospital for an evaluation. Cops don't believe he had coronavirus, but they're going to test as a precaution.
Oh, my gosh.
And then the store had to throw out anything that potentially got affected, costing them a ton of money, too. Come on, man. Why would you even do like, what kind of jerk are you that you would do? Like, you'd be like, this is what I'm going to do with my day.
He better be schizophrenic. Because if you've got like all your wits about you
You're
and
right.
you're just doing that because you're a jerk off, I think you should be tased.
Barring
on
any
the
kind of
scene.
medical, any kind of mental issues. Yeah.
Tase him and hit the junk.
A lot of people still not respecting the social distancing. Cops in New Jersey broke up a front yard concert by a Pink Floyd cover band on Saturday.
Dude, what the hell?
And I can't believe it. 30 people were there. I didn't know a Pink Floyd cover band would have that kind of draw.
It's desperate times, Kevin.
Dude, they rock.
Wow. And a man in Cincinnati was arrested after he live streamed himself drinking and dancing outside Friday night, huddling close together with other 20 other people. They were bragging that they didn't care about catching the coronavirus, and they were going to continue partying. So some people still having house parties.
Like we said the other day, there's a lot of people on different pages.
Meanwhile, it's so crazy in other places. I saw that in San Diego, California, they were ticketing people who were parked in their car at the beach looking at the ocean and giving them $1,000 fines.
Damn.
That's a little different than South Florida.
San Diego is not playing.
Whoa. Yeah, that somebody ain't playing, huh?
Wow.
Dang. Sad news, the Mexican government has shut down, ironically, the production of Corona, the beer.
Why?
Yeah,
I think people are buying it.
They deem it as non-essential. So, it's going to be hard to get Corona during the coronavirus now.
Plus, they want to stop all the bad Corona jokes.
Or is Corona just putting that story out there so everybody runs to the store to buy Corona?
They want to get a rush on it with the TP.
Don't be shocked if that's what's going on either.
They say that apparently monkeys have started to pick up on just how stressed we are and now has started chain smoking. Who's giving these monkeys ciggies?
There's that one monkey. Not only did he chain smoke almost his whole life, he was a heavy drinker.
What?
Yeah.
Who is supplying these animals?
Who are the dumb humans that are facilitating? Because the monkey's not walking in the 7-Eleven and ordering a case of ciggies.
It don't seem right, does it?
No, does not seem right. Well, there was a rush on Corona beer, apparently. Maybe these guys in Coconut Creek heard about it. Two dudes robbed a CVS and in the midst of the burglary used Corona as their weapon. Not the beer, the virus.
They walked in and said, we've got Corona,
We got COVID-19. Don't come near us or we'll cough on you. Stand back. And it worked.
There's part of me that would say, all right, you know what? Let's mix it up.
Yeah, they exited the CVS and entered a Chevy Express van that was reported stolen a day earlier in Fort Lauderdale, and then they got pulled over and apprehended after a foot chase.
I mean, if you see somebody coughing on somebody doing those kind of things that you're talking about, do you try to spear them? I know you have to touch them at that point, but now you're kind of the hero. You're shutting it down for everybody.
I don't, but I stand there and I applaud any man that does.
What if the Kevin Ralston speared some jackass that was coughing? Does Kevin get in trouble for touching the person? Because you could argue Kevin's defending.
I think Kevin is trying to help the masses, and he's trying to eliminate the threat.
So he doesn't get in trouble for that.
He
or arrested.
should not. I wouldn't arrest him. I would thank him and pat him on the back. Well, from 6 feet away.
Okay, Officer Sinicki wouldn't arrest you. I feel good about it.
Yeah, well, that's good to know. Boy, somebody actually sent a video that wound up being a crime and an apprehension was made. It was on Facebook and they said, you seen this video yet? There was a woman that was at the drive-thru of the Panda Express, a tradition, And she just gets right out of her car and just starts peeing right beside her car and gets right back in.
I saw that. I was like, wait, really? That happened? That's a brand new Panda Express in a really nice neighborhood.
Yeah.
What the hell?
That's all she did was number one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you could see from the footage, you could see her backside. So, yeah.
They went and found her and arrested her?
Well, what had happened, she's a Fort Lauderdale woman named Sherry Ann Hardeo, and she actually got picked up for a DUI because she was hammered driving around. She just went into the Panda Express drive-thru. She peed, and I think she left without ordering, I think, in the report. And then they got her for a DUI, and then the video surfaced on Facebook, and they added the charge of indecent exposure after they already had her for the DUI.
All right, well.
So if you saw that video, that's what happened. She did get arrested, and she's going to face.
Maybe keep her locked up for a little bit. We don't need a squirrely one like that out and about right now.
That's one of those stories you see on Facebook and go, I went to high school with her. You guys see this story about the girl who went to high school
Yeah, right.
with?
That's the kind of thing. Yeah. A woman in India gave birth to twins last week, and she actually named them Corona and COVID. They did a survey and asked people if they thought they were good names. Only 4% said yes.
I was going to say.
Yeah, not a good move, lady.
Probably not a good move. Okay.
But they went viral.
Oh, congratulations. You're a dumbass.
Right. That's going to be great for one day. These kids have to pay for this for the rest of their lives. Corona? One thing we're doing, though, because, with all the drinks going on, we did not get our bartenders paid because the bars are shut down, at least to go in there and sit down and have a drink with your friends. So we're doing our KVJ Adopt-A-Bartender. Bartenders, we're asking you to send us a 20-second or less video with your name, where you used to bartend, and a little bit about yourself, and then include your Venmo number, and we'll post it up on our website. And if you got a little bit of extra cash, we encourage people to go on there and drop a couple virtual tips to some of our area bartenders like Kaylee.
Hey KVJ, I'm Kaylee. I'm with Dog Cafe in Jupiter. I'm currently unemployed right now. I'm at home full time with my son, Easton. He's only 6 months old, so I'm just trying to keep him safe and healthy, and we're doing the very best that we can right now. And I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for everything that you're doing for the restaurant industry, the local community.
Okay.
Aw, I love that Dog. That's a fun place.
Yeah, it is a great place.
It's been around forever. It's a staple.
Yeah.
Kids love it. Grown-ups love it.
Mm-hmm. So if you usually go to Dog, jump on there and look for Kelsey McNaughton, and she's got a Venmo up there. You can give her a virtual tip right now at kvjshow.com.
The KVJ Show mornings and the best variety from the 2000s, 10s, and today for your workday. 97.9 WRMF.
All right, coming up here in just a second, can you tell us who did what this weekend? One of our listeners texted in, said, yes, I drained a handle of Tito's and played Farsi 4 with my cat all weekend.
I get it. I played Uno with Chewy.
It's only bad if the cat beats you.
Yes, you're right. Okay, so who did what this weekend? One of us did a painting of the Japanese mermaid spirit, Amabi, to encourage positive health vibes. What do you think that was that did that? Somebody wrote a song about the world ending. Another person on the KVJ show drank White Claw and played cards. And somebody else cleaned the inside of their toilets with their bare hands. Can you figure out who did what? Here we go. Monday, back at it. I guess we got to say that now because people are forgetting what day of the week it is.
I have. I'm guilty as charged, Your Honor.
Yeah, trying to keep track. You're seeing pretty much the same four walls almost every day.
It's Monday, April 6th.
2020, if you're back home journaling.
Well, for me, a lot of times, like, you get into a groove. Like, I know my kid has, for instance, like a baseball practice on a certain night of the week, and you're always having to look at your calendar to see what's going on. So you're always reminded what day of the week it is. But when you're just like, okay, up, work, go to bed, do whatever. If you're doing it from home, you're like,
yeah, we usually do weird and whatever on Wednesdays, and we've had a couple weeks off, and it does that usually my marker to help me out.
Without that, you just
Well, I mean, I'm talking to a guy who it took me 2 days to realize there was a time change. I got into an argument with the guy at Publix. I'm like, dude, you guys open at 7. He goes, it's only 6 right now.
It's tough. You're right.
I wish I was making that up.
There's a certain point in your life when I feel like I've realized this. When you start arguing with people, you're usually wrong.
Really? Not always.
a lot of times I dig my heels in and think that I'm right, and then afterwards I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I was wrong about that.
It depends on the argument. Like right now, this argument where me and you are in right now. I'm digging my heels in.
Here's what went down this weekend for the KVJ show. Who did what? One of us did a painting of the Japanese mermaid spirit, Amabi, to encourage positive health vibes. One wrote a song about the world ending. One drank White Claw and played cards. And the other cleaned the inside of their toilets with their bare hands. Okay. All right, so we got some people texting in their guesses right now. And I think the only real tricky one is who wrote the song about the world ending. A couple people got that one wrong, but that was actually you, Jbird, right?
Yes.
Okay. Is it kind of like an REM type sounding song, or is it?
It's really more about. It's not really about the coronavirus or anything.
Yeah.
It's kind of the perspective of someone has been dumped and their emotions are so. It's going to be terrible. To me, it's the end of the world. But the person listening may not think.
It's all
that.
relative.
Yeah, but if you listen to it, you would think it's about right now.
Okay, I got you.
That's where the whiskey took me, baby. I don't know why I went there, but that's where it went.
Should do the whiskey album.
That's every album I've ever done.
Yeah, I was doing a little bit of the White Claws this weekend. Still love them White Claws.
That's what you were doing, huh?
Yeah, had a few White Claws, yeah. Not bad. You get the variety pack, but they get some delicious flavors. It's very nice. And
obviously, Virginia painted.
No.
I know.
You cleaned your toilets, Virginia, with your bare hands?
I did, because I don't think I have any more toilet brushes. I use those disposable toilet brushes, and I tried to go online and buy more. They're sold out.
I think I have a brand new one that I haven't used. I'll bring it in for you tomorrow. Okay. I have a brand new one.
Okay, as long as it hasn't been used.
I'm 98% sure.
See, that's not good enough numbers for me. I need it still to be in the packaging.
If it's in the package, baby, it's all yours.
Fair deal.
If it still looks new and it's slightly damp, I'll keep it.
Well, the toilets were starting to look funky, man. Ugh.
Yeah, I hear you.
Nobody else is going to do it, so I had to just muscle up.
Well, the tough thing about it is now that you're quarantined at home, you're like going, I really want to fix that. And you realize, gosh, I really don't have what I need to do that. And that's the tough part is...
They don't have it on Amazon. I can't order it. And I'm not going to the store for cleaning products if I can help it.
Yeah.
So I just made do with what I had. Clorox wipes.
Don't be so hard on yourself, Mama.
It was tough.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody's in the house pooping and peeing more, too. So the toilets are getting dirtier faster.
Yeah.
And, you might have been able to skip a week before. Now you can't.
Well, that was the explanation for why the TP shortage is because people used to split their bathroom time between home and work, and now that it's all at home, they're going to the bathroom at home more, and they need TP. I'm like, okay, it makes sense.
It did.
And the person on the KVJ show that did the painting of the Japanese mermaid spirit, Amabi, to encourage positive health vibes. Of course, that was the very peaceful producer, Denny's. You can see that fine artwork there on Kvj TV.
He's a very talented artist.
How lovely is that, huh?
Oh, that is lovely.
He's very, very good at drawing and painting.
Yeah. A lot of people are doing a lot of arts and crafts.
It makes him really uncomfortable when you tell how good he is.
It's hard for him to take a compliment.
Oh my gosh, big time. But if you really, kind of like right now, I mean, he's such a talented artist, Kevin. The way he explores the canvas is just exquisite.
Okay.
Don't touch your face. You just kissed your hand.
Whatever. Oh. I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't. I mean, with the face shaming, I get it.
They say that people eating a lot more, drinking a lot more, and exercising less. That is the stats that are coming up. They say alcohol sales up 55%. Weed sales are soaring.
Well, if people got a buzz, you know what that means. That means bow, chicka, bow, bow. It's probably happening a lot more as well.
Think so, huh?
It's just the way it is, man. If you're quarantined and people are drinking, and there's no way your guys are not going to end up banging more. I'm sorry.
He's right, Kevin. The numbers are in.
The numbers are in.
Yes.
You're going to see a
We've analyzed the data.
I have a feeling. Yeah, what do I know? I'm a guy wearing a makeshift eye patch here. But I have a feeling you're going to see a little bit of a baby boom coming up.
Yeah, and 53% of Americans say the medical marijuana dispensaries should count as essential businesses.
I think for right now they are, right?
Well, because for
they're
some
medicinal.
people, for some people, it is considered medication, whether you like that or not.
Porn consumption is up.
That's not medicinal.
I can only imagine the numbers on that. We have had to reach the world record for that.
Mm-hmm. They say people are eating more. They say that pasta, canned food, things like that are going up in sales. And people are exercising less. According to data from 68,000 fitness trackers, Americans are moving less and sleeping more under quarantine and streaming more television. And they say gaming has been booming as well. So that's what people are doing with their time. All that kind of fun stuff. All righty. Well, we got an After the Show podcast. It is going to be coming up here in just a bit. You can actually watch it live if you want on KVJ TV. It is on YouTube. Just go there and look for the KVJ Show, and you can dial it up. It's going to be about 10, 15 minutes after 10, or you can watch it anytime you want on demand. Jbird, before we get to that, if you would wrap it all today with a thought, my friend.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain. We all have sorrow. But if we are wise, we know that there are always tomorrow. Lean on me.
If you're not strong,
just call on my brother.
If you need a hand, we all need somebody to lean on.
Wake up with the KVJ Show and get the best variety of the 2000s, 10s, and today all day.
87.9 WRMF.